Okay, obviously I've been a critic of Cardano and what they're doing in the ecosystem, but this is absolutely hilarious right here. Alex Becker said McDonald's metaverse restaurant strategy is cool but fundamentally flawed. The Cardano holders they're expecting to work there will never show up because their ex-girlfriend stopped paying their internet bills. Yeah, I don't know. This guy, I mean, Alex is just ripping him apart. Okay, look, Cardano holders aren't that bad. I was at the bar last night and one came up to me. Said he disagreed with me but respected my honesty. Then, as a sign of goodwill, he offered to buy me a drink on his girlfriend's tab. Yeah, so like, look, I get it. You know, Cardano holders have been experiencing some losses right now. Okay, but let me just say, okay, as a profit maxi, right now we're coming up with a potential huge explosion in Cardano's price. We're hitting some major support, Like I'm talking about. You know, I think the support's been going on for like years. And from here, it's pretty much only up. So I do want to go into some of the price and some of the news. And if you appreciate this content, like the video, subscribe to the channel, etc., etc. And if we come over here, Cardano has passed Solana. So as you can see, it's doing better Solana. And as you guys know, I'm a critic of Solana as well. I think that they have no on-chain metrics and they hide a lot of their information and it's very misleading. So just to be clear with everybody, I like Cardano much better than Solana. I definitely rather have a world with Cardano more than XRP, Binance Smart Chain, and Solana. If I were to pick out of all three of those, I am definitely picking Cardano because it has some, you know, decentralization features and it's different. It's not just like the accounting system that Ethereum uses, and they're offering something like the Bitcoin, which is the extended UTXO model. I think it does have some security features, and like I said, you know, it's more decentralized in some of these projects, and they're actually transparent. So this is what I'm talking about here. And if this doesn't look crazy to you, I don't know what does. We're looking at ADA versus USD on the daily, and you can literally see that we bounced off of this support line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you could consider this like couple, but 8, whatever. And then we're coming up right here. So I don't know what the heck. This is weird. This is like massive support. And to be honest with you, if we see a little bit of positive Bitcoin price action, if we see a little bit of positivity in the cryptocurrency markets, I would not be surprised if we get a jump of Cardano up to like 190% increase, which is really good in my personal opinion. And being that, again, I just stated out of the top 10 projects, I think Cardano is probably one of the best. I would say that I trust Polkadot and Cardano the most out of the top 10. This is a very good risk to reward. I can buy some Cardano and rest assured that there's a potential 190% increase that will likely outcompete Ethereum because it has not outcompeted Ethereum in recent history. If anything, Ethereum is doing better than Cardano. And you guys know I held Ethereum through most of this. I recently sold, but I held Ethereum through most of this. And if you would have held ETH, you would have been 59% better. So it was a good decision for me to get rid of my Cardano around here. But now it looks like it might be a really good decision to jump into ADA. And I see it already happening. You know, Charles Hoskinson is doing these interviews. It looks like they're kind of preparing for something big. But let me go over some recent news. First news, Google has added Cardano to its integrated currency conversion rate calculator. Are they, preparing for something? I don't know. But the biggest search terms in cryptocurrency is usually the price of an asset. So for example, for Bitcoin, it's Bitcoin price. And then they can use this to make the conversions for Bitcoin. They just added that. So are they looking for some big search term volume? Probably. Top 10 cryptocurrencies in the world by Twitter followers. Clearly, Cardano is doing something right. They've been able to attract a ridiculous community, and I don't think they'll ever stop growing when it comes to community size. Charles Hoskinson is a genius marketer. I've said multiple times that what he does well is selling this narrative of scientific peer-reviewed papers. It's literally more important that he's selling this narrative than the actual scientific peer-reviewed paper itself for the adoption of Cardano. I don't think that's ever going to stop, and I thought that was interesting. Also, I read an article on Yahoo Finance. Hopefully, they didn't pay for this, but they're going over some positives, which is the advanced technical concepts. Cardano's unique consensus algorithm holds the possibility of having millions of transactions per second. So they're talking about, potentials in the future and not what's happening now, just to be clear. Professional review. So first peer-reviewed blockchain. Again, this narrative is more important than actual peer-reviewed papers itself. Strong community. I've said this 1,000 times, right? And then financial strength. Cardano currently has a fund of 160 million, which provides some strong support for. That's not a lot. I think this was just made up here because they had nothing else to say. But yeah, I agree with this. Again, what Cardano has going for it is the fact that they're using extended UTXO models, which is similar to Bitcoin, that which will likely have increased security. Okay, they have a very, very good narrative of scientific peer-reviewed papers, which is very favorable for parts of the world like China, Japan, that have more of a controlling environment. Right? There's two ways you can go about something, which is like a controlled environment where you can control every variable and ensure the success of it. Usually, this takes longer, and this is the route Cardano has gone. And there's another way of doing things where you kind of just free game, try as much as you possibly can, test and fail, test and fail. And this is the way Ethereum has gone. So, they're definitely, I guess you could say, accommodating parts of the world that believe in this controlled environment. And I want to talk about that more in later videos. So definitely subscribe to the channel. This is a deep concept that Vitalik Buterin has recently been talking about. And it literally encapsulates what Cardano is doing perfectly. But I'll talk about it in another video. Obviously, they have the DEX, coming out, even though it was a shaky launch. As you can see, they have 75,000, 88 traded, which is very interesting. They're definitely getting more traction. And the congestion is down. So as you can see that, their backlog is now cleared. It's weird because this is not something you want to promote. Like, you don't want to promote that the congestion, and because, like, I don't know. But when people were using Sunday Swap, okay, they obviously had to wait days for the transactions to go through because of how slow it was. They had a limitation on the transactions that people were allowed to do per second on the Sunday Swap, so it didn't break. Okay, I get it. But they have a backlog on their website, which is weird. They don't have this on any other website. The backlog is on the exchange itself, but yeah, at least it's working. At least they have something. At least they're getting traction. Cardano has basically been a scientific theory for like 4 or 5 years, and at least we finally have a decentralized exchange, and they can only make it better from here. And they're testing a lot of things, and it's in beta. And as long as this can handle more transactions with the Cardano marketing, so if this can handle more transactions, Cardano marketing, I would not be surprised if the total value locked or the liquidity on Cardano increases, which will bring more users and make the whole experience for Cardano 10 times better. But their limitations, like I've pointed out in multiple videos, is their coding language. Nobody knows how to use, and nobody knows how to code. So they have limitations in education. With Ethereum, they have a whole bunch of developers because they've already built the infrastructure for developers to onboard, right? So obviously Cardano has layer 2s coming out that will be EVM compatible, and when that happens, maybe they'll get more devs and stuff like that. But the thing, again, holding them back is the infrastructure of the ecosystem and building that out, because just simply nobody knows how to code on Cardano. But if we look at the search term, you can see that, again, the community standing out. The volume on Cardano is absolutely ridiculous. I'll be honest. Like, it's almost bigger than anything else. So you can see that we're probably coming up to a big point of another spike. I would want to see, again, Ethereum and Bitcoin do well first, and then Cardano will follow. Also, somebody pointed this out, and I thought it was interesting. But basically, this guy was saying that Cardano needs to apply diminishing rewards to entire groups of pools, which grow too big. So they do have a slight problem where their pools are growing too big and becoming slightly centralized. But again, compared to other blockchains like Solana and Binance Smart Chain, Cardano is extremely decentralized. Okay. Now, I also wanted to go into some on-chain metrics because they just recently added this, and I thought it was very interesting. But you could see that most of Cardano is held by, I wouldn't say whales, but people with like $100,000 or more. So Cardano is about 80 cents, right, or $1.05 right now, and you can see the majority is held by 100K to 1 mil, 1 mil to 10 mil. 10 mil to 100 mil. So, back to what I was saying originally, this is one critique I also have of Cardano, is the fact that a lot of whales hold the supply. A lot of whales hold the majority of supply, but this is not uncommon in blockchains. It's very common. It's even the same thing in Phantom. So if you guys look at the Phantom ecosystem, a lot of big players are in the Phantom ecosystem, and this is usually how it works. So they can get liquidity and stuff like that. And a lot of times, some of these people had just bought really early, and they've held for so long. So it's not that big of a deal. But I do want to point out that there could be some, downside sell pressure if there is a big price increase. But I'm sure it's not going to be right now, because remember, this is really, really crazy. Like, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Depending on if you count a wick or not, but 9, 10, 11, 12, or whatever, 13, like, it hit off of this so many times. There's going to be some type of big event. If it breaks through, I highly suggest you get rid of your cryptocurrency, even though this is not financial advice. Get rid of the Cardano. Don't be stupid, okay? But if it bounces and goes to the upside, which it looks like it might, maybe. Like, I don't see anything from a technical analysis perspective, but in general, it looks like cryptocurrency might have some green days. Hopefully, they can get the bounce, man. Hopefully, he's doing something because this is kind of scary. And if it does break through, we will come back down to 34-cent Cardano, which will divide your money by 3 because Cardano is currently sitting at $1.48. So please, Cardano holders, put a stop loss in around like 92 cents. Like, put a stop loss in. Don't be dumb. If you don't know how to set up a stop loss, well, you should not be investing in cryptocurrency in the first place. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. If you like the quality of this content, hit like. If you don't, leave some constructive criticism. Subscribe for more video updates. And like I always say, if you don't get with it, you will get left behind. Thanks for watching this, guys. Catch you in the next one.